Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman, and we're coming to you from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport. And joining us right now is Suzanne Greenberg. She's the CEO, Executive Director of Children Trust Michigan. And as always, Suzanne, welcome to the show. Let's remind everybody what Children's Trust Michigan is, and maybe straighten out a little bit for some of those who remember it before the rebranding.
Yes, thank you so much, Chris. It's a pleasure to be here. Children Trust Michigan was, for those of us who've been around a while, was Children's Trust Fund. And people knew it best as the stop sign was at the bottom of their state income tax form, because you could donate. If you were getting some state income tax dollars back, you could donate that to the trust fund. Now that's a separate form. And there are, I think, 12 other organizations that you can do that for, including ours. But the important thing is that's how people knew Children's Trust Fund. And actually, back in 1982, Senator Debbie Stabenow started us. And we were the trust fund up until from 1982 to 2022. And we needed to rebrand. I'd actually come from Saginaw Bay, the Great Lakes Bay area, doing the prevention work as a local prevention partner for almost 25 years. And what I knew was that people didn't really understand what the Children's Trust Fund was. And so it was important for myself to bring that information to the board so we could all understand that there was this perception that money was just no object whatsoever. Because it's a trust fund, it felt to people like we were just giving away. And the truth is that we are a quasi-governmental organization, but we do need to fundraise for our existence. And so it's just a different space that we're in. And I think most people don't really understand that we do not receive state program dollars. So even though we're located within the Department of Health and Human Services, we exist on a lot of generous contributions from corporations. So this is a fabulous opportunity because we know that there's a lot of caring people across Michigan. And
so every time I have you on, I always feel unnecessary because you just answered my next question.
Oh, sorry.
So that was great. The bottom line is, yeah, as a quasi-governmental institution, you still have this void that you need to fill with fundraising, et cetera. And that brings us very quickly, as I jump off to your annual fundraiser, the big one.
Yes.
Just breeze through that very quickly.
Absolutely. It'll be our 24th annual, and it honors Pam Posthumous's memory. It's been around. People know it as the big party that happens in the spring. And it really helps us raise critical dollars that we're allowed to use then for the programming that we have in all 83 counties. And the event itself this year is moving from the Breslin Center to the downtown Lansing area at the Doubletree by Hilton. We're very excited about that change and hoping that that'll help people come even from across the state, because you can come stay at the beautifully new renovated hotel and help us raise those critical dollars to prevent child abuse, no matter what county that you're from.
You know, it's interesting because the reason we delve into the nonprofit sector periodically is the business community forgets what a big part of their success nonprofits are, and yours in particular, because at this juncture, a lot of their employees are being affected by what's going on, and you supplement that. So what business or operational practices have you implemented to kind of strengthen funding?
You know, it's been a challenge because sometimes I think the perception is that we are state funded. And so a lot of our efforts are, our mutual friend, Lori Bashar, who works really hard to get a message out about the importance of prevention, also sharing with folks that we are not state funded and that we do fundraise. So it's really important, the messaging that we share with folks, that giving to us, we are able to leverage the dollars at the federal level, and we appreciate every single dollar. It goes to prevention.
No, it really is. And I'm glad you brought Lori's name up, because Lori pounds on your mission continually. She's a good person with a great company there. We're glad to affiliate with her as well. How do you, because this is one of the things we always face in business too, how do you measure success and accountability in programs designed to, protect, support children, families?
Absolutely. For so long, it was done just by looking at the numbers of people. If the word was getting out that these were really good services and that folks would come and tell their neighbors, that's the way we know parents really share that information. That was great. And now we provide evidence-based practices and programs in the local communities. We do pre and post tests so we can see that we're changing attitudes and behaviors and knowledge. But the bottom line is those things do take time. We didn't learn these things that we weren't parented well, and we need to relearn how to do that, or we learn some things we don't want to do. We've got to be learning some new ways. And I speak from my own personal experience. I knew I didn't want to do things the same way that how I was treated, but I had no idea what that meant. And so we across the state, we encounter people all the time. And it's our job to make sure that our partners have the training and the resources, and most importantly, those programs to meet the needs of our families and children in the local community, because they know what they need. We don't need to tell them, they tell us.
Suzanne, I literally have 30 seconds left, but we need to send the mission out to businesses, how being involved in this is mutually beneficial.
Absolutely. It really is. I mean, we invest those dollars into your folks that work for you, that you serve as well, that are your customers. So it's really important to give. And right now we are recruiting for sponsors for the event, which is May 19th, 2026. And we would love to anyone come to our website at childrentrustmichigan.org and find a way for you to get involved, because there's room for everyone to help us stop child abuse and neglect in Michigan.
Well, to all of our business owners out there, remember this: if we don't help stave off failure, we're going to wind up paying for that anyway, in one form or another. Suzanne, thanks so much for being with us. Suzanne Greenberg, CEO and Executive Director of the Children Trust Michigan. Appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care.
We'll be right back. I'm Chris Holman. You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. Stick around. There's more ahead.